Hello students, welcome to our class. In previous lecture, we have discussed about the angles in linear pair, and we have also seen properties about angles in linear pair. So just I recall in short. So if the angles are in linear pair, suppose P, Q, R and S. See, there are two angles formed, angle PQR and angle RQS. Okay, and see, these two angles have one common arm, and that one common arm is RQ. Now see, second, the other arms means PQ and QS of these two angles, other arms means PQ and QS forms a straight line. These two arms PQ and QS forms a straight line. Therefore, angle PQR and angle RQS are in linear pair. Okay, if these two conditions are satisfied by any two angles, then we can say that the two angles are in linear pair. So here these two angles, angle PQR and angle RQS, have one common arm and other two arms form straight line. Therefore, angle PQR and angle RQS are linear in pair. After that, we have seen properties about the angles in linear pair. So see here, angle PQR and angle RQS are in linear pair. Okay, so by this diagram what we can observe that, so see here, angle PQR and angle RQS are adjacent angles. So very first property is that if the angles in linear pair are always adjacent. Okay, so whenever the two angles are in linear pair, then they are always adjacent. Adjacent means one to another. They are not means attached. Okay, their interiors are different. Now see what is second observation. Second observation is that see here, this is a straight angle. Okay, means sum of measures of these two angles is 180. Okay, and if the sum of measures of two angles is 180, then we say the two angles are supplementary angles. So here measure of angle PQR plus measure of angle RQS is 180. So therefore these two angles are supplementary. So angles in linear pair are always supplementary, because sum of measures of angles in linear pair is 180 degrees. So angles in linear pair are always supplementary. Now see the third, if the angles are in linear pair, then see here, angle PQR and angle RQS are in linear pair, and see measure of angle PQR plus measure of angle RQS is equal to 180 degree, because this forms a straight angle, and we know straight angle is of 180 degree. Now see, if the angles are in linear pair, then sum of their measures is 180. Okay, if the angles are in linear pair, then they are always supplementary, and if the angles are in linear pair, then they are always adjacent. So these three properties are most important about the angles in linear pair, and these properties will be useful in the next concepts. Okay, now see the another concept, that is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. So what are the vertical opposite angles? Which two angles are said to be vertically opposite? So now see the diagram. Draw the two lines which are intersecting at point. Okay, means draw two intersecting lines and give name PT, line PT and line RS. Okay, so here line PT and line RS intersects at point. Suppose give it name as Q. So here angle line PT and line RS are intersects at point Q. Now see, these two intersecting lines forms how many angles? So here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So see, there are four angles. Four angles are formed by two intersecting lines. Okay, from diagram you can see that. So there are four angles are formed by two intersecting lines. Okay, now here, and what are that angles? Angle PQR, angle PQR, angle RQT, angle SQT and angle PQS. Okay, so how many angles are formed there? 4. Now see, angle PQS is opposite to angle RQT. From diagram you can see that angle PQS is exactly opposite to angle RQT. Therefore we can say that angle PQS is opposite to angle RQT. And also see, angle PQR is opposite to angle SQT. Angle PQR is opposite to angle SQT. Okay, so see here, angle PQS is opposite to angle PQS is opposite to angle RQT and angle PQR is opposite to angle SQT. So therefore we can say that angle PQS and angle RQT, angle PQS and angle RQT are vertically opposite angles, and also we can say that angle PQR and angle SQT, angle PQR and angle SQT are also vertically opposite angles. So angles formed by two intersecting lines which are opposite are called vertically opposite angles. So here angle PQS is vertically opposite to angle RQT, and here angle PQR and angle SQT are opposite angles. So you have understood. Now see what are the properties of vertically opposite angles. You have understood which angles are said to be vertically opposite. Now see properties about the vertically opposite angles. Means how we can identify the given angles are vertically opposite, or which properties they follows. Properties about vertically opposite angles. Okay, now I draw this figure again. Okay, so here two lines are intersecting. There are four angles are formed there. I give name here A. This is angle A. This is angle B. This is angle C, and this is angle D. I have given names to these four angles: angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. So there are four angles. And by previous discussion, we can write angle A is opposite to angle C, Angle A and angle C are opposite angles, and angle B and angle D are also opposite angles. Okay, now see here, if you see this part, means see here this part, this diagram. In this part you can see that the, angle A and angle P are in linear pair. Okay, by diagram you can understood this angle A and angle B are in linear pair because they have one common arm and their other arms forms a straight line. Okay, so angle A and angle B from diagram angle A and angle B are in linear pair. So we know that if the angles are in linear pair, then sum of their measures is 180 degree. So here measure of angle A plus measure of angle B is 180 degree. Okay, so we have got one information. Now again see that this figure, means this above diagram. Okay, now in this portion, see here angle A and angle D are in linear pair because see they have one common arm and their other arms are form straight line. So angle A and angle D are also in linear pair. So again by definition, measure of angle A plus measure of angle D is 180 degree. Okay, so we have got two informations from this diagram. Now see here RHS of these two equations are same. If the RHS are same, then their LHS are also same. So therefore we can write measure of angle A plus measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle A plus measure of angle D. RHS are same, therefore LHS are also same, therefore this equal to this. Now see here these two quantities are same, so we can subtract it from both sides. So subtract measure of angle A from both sides. Now see here measure of angle A get cancelled. Now what remains? Measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle D. Since measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle D, means what? Angle B is equal to angle D. Okay, so by this we got information that angle B is equal to angle D. Angle B is equal to angle D. Means what? They are equal means what? Their measures are same. Or they are congruent. To each other. Angle B is equal to angle D means what? They are equal in measure, or we can say that they are congruent. Okay, so here what information we have got? Angle B and angle D are of equal measure, or angle B and angle D are congruent. And see here we have one more information that angle B and angle D are opposite angles. So we got information that the opposite angles angle B and angle D are of equal measure. Okay, are of equal measure. Now again see by information by diagram, again see that here angle B and angle C are in linear pair. Angle B and angle C are in linear pair. Okay, so sum of their measures will be 180 degree. And also see that angle A and angle B are in linear pair. Angle A and angle B are in linear pair. So therefore measure of angle A plus measure of angle B is equal to 180 degree. Now again by these two equation, here RHS are same, therefore their LHS are also same, therefore measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is equal to measure of angle A plus measure of angle B. So here measure of angle B and measure of angle B are same quantities on both sides. So subtract measure of angle B from both sides to get cancel. Now if we subtract measure of angle B from both sides, so this term this term get cancels. Okay, so what remains? Measure of angle C is equal to measure of angle A. Measures of these two angles are equal, means what? Angle C is equal to angle A. So again we got information is that angle C is equal to angle A, means what? Angle A and angle C are equal, or angle A and angle C are congruent. Okay, so here see that angle A and angle C are equal, or are of equal measure, or angle A and angle C are congruent. So again see these two are already these two angles are opposite angles, and we got information that these two opposite angles are also equal, means what information we get? The opposite angles, angle A and angle C, are of equal measure, or we can say that angle A and angle C are congruent. So very important information we have got, that the opposite angles are always of equal measure. Okay, here angle B and angle D are of equal measure, and angle A and angle C are also of equal measure. So opposite angles are always congruent, and what we can say that opposite angles are always congruent, and they have equal measures. So here in this diagram, angle A, angle C, these two opposite angles are equal, and angle B and angle D, these two opposite angles are equals. Okay, on the basis of this there is a practice set number 20. In the practice set number 20 there is question number 1. Practice set number 20. Question number 1 is, now see question number 1 is, line AC and line BD intersect at point P, and they have given measure of angle APD as 47 degree, and asked to find measures of angle APB, angle BPC and angle CPD. Means we have to find the measures of these three angles. We are given only measure of one angle. Now see what they have given. Line AC and line BD intersect at point P. Means we have to draw line AC and BD. Line AC and line BD, which are two intersecting lines. Okay, angle AC and BD, which are two intersecting lines, and they intersect at point P. Okay, so they have given measure of angle APD. So here APD, measure of this angle is 47, and they have asked to find measure of angle APB, BPC and CPD. Now first we find measure of angle APB. Okay, so see here this is APB, and we have to find this angle. Now see we have only measure of this angle. Now see by the diagram we can say that these two angles are in linear pair. Means what? Sum of their measures is 180. See from diagram angle APD and angle APB are in linear pair. And if the angles are in linear pair, then sum of measures of these two angles is 180. Okay, and we know measure of angle APD, they have given 47 degree. Okay, we have to find measure of angle APB. Okay, so now subtract 47 from both sides because we want here measure of angle APB. To cancel this term, subtract 47 from both sides. Okay, so here 47 get cancelled. It remains only measure of angle APB is equal to 180 degree minus 47 got 133 degree. Okay, so we got measure of angle APB is 133 degree. Measure of angle APB is 133 degree. Okay, so now see angle APB is opposite to angle CPD. So now we find second measure of angle CPD. Measure of angle CPD. Now here see angle APB is opposite to angle CPD. From diagram, angle APB is opposite to angle CPD, and we know that opposite angles are congruent. Therefore, measure of angle APB is equal to measure of angle CPD, and we know measure of angle APB. Measure of angle APB is 133 degree. That is equal to measure of angle CPD. So we have got measure of angle CPD is equal to 133 degree. Okay, measure of angle CPD is 133 degree. See, opposite angles are of equal measure. Now it remains only to find measure of angle BPC. Now from diagram you can easily say that these two are opposite. Therefore opposite angles are of equal measure. So therefore measure of angle BPC is also 47 degree. So in answer, third what measure of angle BPC is equal to. Now from diagram you can say that angle BPC is opposite to angle APD, and therefore measure of angle BPC is equal to measure of angle APD because angles in opposite angles are of equal measure. Therefore measure of angle BPC is equal to, we know measure of angle APD, measure of angle APD is 47. So measure of angle BPC is equal to 47 degree. So there are simple examples on the basis of vertically opposite angles in practice at 20. So you can do remaining examples. Okay, thank you.